It's showtime.
What do you know about Darkviper?
Absolutely nothing, as far as I'm aware.
Neither did I until this clip started going around that he desperately didn't want anyone to see. I'll tell you a bit of Darkviper after this, but just for context, Darkviper really doesn't want anyone to see this clip.
I had nothing to say. I was literally speechless. I did not speak that entire time because I was so confused why we were starting the game. I have never been this mad at a person in the entirety of my life.
I apologize. I'm still a little new at the game.
If you don't even know how to win the game, why are you playing?
I do. I'm just sorry.
That's Darkviper yelling at someone when he's playing Among Us with them and they've lost and he loses his Darth Potato, who I think is Repsion, tweeted the clip. And the clip had already done rounds before, ages ago. He says, "How can a grown man become this angry over Among Us, LMAO? Chill out, Darkviper. Eat a Snickers. Pray to Jesus or maybe touch grass." And so this was, a week ago? And Darkviper says, "This was 4 years ago. I was going through some personal stuff. Just got diagnosed with, what? Hashimoto's disease. And was figuring out
I don't know
treatment.
what that is.
I communicated I wasn't doing well beforehand. Scott, who was the target of my outburst, understood. He forgave me, and we played many games after." Oh, well, I guess all's well. Let me just look up what Hashimoto disease is. I don't know why I skimmed over that bit. It's when the immune system attacks the butterfly-shaped gland in the neck, which is the thyroid. Initially, inflammation of the thyroid causes a leak, resulting in excess thyroid hormones, and over time, the inflammation prevents the thyroid from producing enough hormones. It's treatable by a medical profession. All right. Well, I knew a guy once who had an autoimmune disease, and he didn't scream at people for losing at a game.
Hey, Kate! Shut up! Talking about my gay dads.
Oh, I don't think an autoimmune disease would actually do that, but I could see the stress of like somebody, realizing they have something that they have to change their normal way of being to actually deal with. I could see that being very stressful.
Bullies in the chat says, then he banned that guy. Like what? He banned him from playing Among Us with him? Was he just a viewer? These are things that I should have looked up prior, but I did not. But I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Darkviper. I'm pretty sure I saw him going at having a back and forth with iBullies, which again, I did not bring up earlier, but I remember seeing it. Then Darkviper, pretty sure he sends a DMCA strike to Repsion for that clip. I think.
For what?
Because he didn't like it. But then here's him trying to justify that.
I don't think this clip existing is communicating the context of what happened, and I think it is just contributing to misinformation. Can you please take it down? But I've got no response. I'm not sure if I've ever gotten through, because he doesn't seem to use the channel anymore, at least as of the past year. The backend doesn't enable me just to reach out to him via email or something, because there is no email here.
Because there's no such thing as Twitter.
Once
we can't just reach out to people on Twitter. We have no choice, Paradox, but to send DMCA strikes. Again,
being brought up on Twitter by someone who's disingenuous, whatever, I've now said about striking this video. I don't want to, but fortunately, YouTube does give you the option to give the person 7 days to take down the clip, or at least reach out to me or whatever and discuss it with me or something before something happens to your channel. He doesn't seem to use his channel.
Listen, I'm going to go plant a bomb under your house, and then you'll get a notification about that bomb. But don't worry, the bomb's going to not go. It's not going to go off for a whole week. And you will then have an opportunity to write back to me because the bomb will have a return address on it and a phone number for you to call. But this is the only way I could have communicated to you that I'm very unhappy. I couldn't send you... I couldn't put a letter in your letterbox at the house. No, I had to put a bomb under your house. And I'm just realizing now, saying this out loud, how insensitive that is, because an Australian YouTuber actually did get their house firebombed one time.
Oh, the firebombing guy. He's still alive?
So I'm going to stop talking. Please talk, Paradox.
Well, I mean, this guy just seems like he's got quite a lot on his plate. I mean...
No.
Yeah?
It's repeated behavior. He probably, Eva says he probably has them blocked. British Runner says, careful, Mitch. No, it's all right. I don't own this house, so it's fine. It's fine. He can do whatever to this house. I don't own it. I'll be homeless, but...
I don't have skeletons in my closet, right? I've lived a fairly boring life, relatively speaking. People aren't going to be able to dig into my Discord or something and find me doing something weird.
Skeletons. Every fucking buddy has skeletons. I don't care who you are. You have skeletons.
I should have gone into the background of this dude, too. So his name's Darkviper. He's a Twitch streamer. He started, 10 years ago, I think it was? He found Twitch in 2014, and he started doing GTA 5 videos or streams, videos, whatever. And he wanted to see if you could beat GTA 5 without taking any damage. That's the kind of crazy and autistic kind of guy this guy is. It's impossible. How could you do that without taking damage? Like, and because that game, the storyline's like 12 hours? You're gonna play 12 hours of GTA 5, and it gets harder, and you're not gonna take damage. F off. He probably did it though, but
that just doesn't exist. So people have to work to invent this kind of stuff out of misunderstandings, or they have to misinterpret events to not understand what was going on, or that I was in the right, or what have you. Just by living online for my 10-year career now and
I was right, 10 years. Woo!
With thousands
I've watched this before.
People, there are going to be misunderstandings. There are going to be times when we butt heads and stuff. I am going to make mistakes sometimes. I look bad, not because of what they say or who they are, but because
He's so close. He's so close to being there, to being, like, self-aware. Here he is engaging with that shit, and he's saying, it makes me look bad to engage with this shit. Here's what you do, Darkviper, whenever something bothers you, whenever one of your skeletons, like, comes up and bothers you. Because, yeah, like Bully said, everyone has it. Paradox probably has it. I have it.
Yep.
For sure. I know. Here's what you do. You pull out a big fucking cigar, you put your feet up and go, yeah, so what?
Yep,
So what?
that's it, right
went
there.
to university to study psychology because I was very interested in why people believe as they do and act as they do, why people differ on certain things. And while I do recognize the futility of a lot of these different things now, at least I perceive things that way, I don't find this discourse to be particularly important or what have you. A part of me still likes to engage in it to some degree. And most of my rambles revolve around what's going on in my life, what people are saying about me and stuff. And this really slots into that kind
I don't go outside, so therefore I have no other stories to talk about. Go outside, please. Actually, no. No, I just remembered. He's a local boy. He's a local boy to Australia, and I don't want to see this guy.
Do you really want to wish that upon yourself?
I don't want to be going out getting milk and then seeing this guy going like, really? You'd really get in the line in front of me? How dare you? I was like, but I was here first. I don't care. I was going to be here, but you got there just before me. How dare you? I'm going to go home now and ramble about it.
How many more of these videos are going to trickle out that I'm just going to be like, you're wrong, here's this 800 reasons why. If you're mental energy, please don't. I mean, I can hit the...
Here's the beauty, though. He said so, yeah, he does this. He goes around. This is like he was going back and forth with Bullies, who's in the chat. He will, like, doesn't matter who you are. If he sees you, like, going up or talking about him, he will respond, right? And here's the beauty of being a dumb fuck like me that just is just not there, is just all like in the brain. That's the sound that my brain is making all of the time, is that I'm probably not going to make any points, right?
Right.
It would be hilarious to see him try and make an argument against whatever the hell I've said.
Yeah.
Because all I've said really is like, go outside. That's about it.
Right.
What would he have to say about that? I don't want to go outside. It's cold out there.
Yeah, don't make me
Bully
go
says, he actually addresses bullies in the video. All right. He struck flatly. Oh, Christ. Good old John Swan touch grass moment. Yeah, why are all the Australian YouTubers just fucking insane and ridiculous? Except
because
for
if they go outside, you're taking your life into your own hands with the fucking, animals around you. I mean, goddamn. The
Except for
dingo ate
myself
my
and
baby
Eva.
thing was a real thing.
Myself and Eva are the only normal ones. Even though we're kind of not normal, but we're the most normal.
No, you're acceptable, not normal.
It's acceptable. It's like, I don't know, having an acceptable level of cancer. We can treat it. We can treat that level, all right? It's not terminal yet.
Right.
All right? We got in early and we...
in like 3 times speed and then just write something and then cover it on rambles, The more you click them, the more your algorithm will give them to you. Not only me though, I am fairly convinced that if I click something and watch it all the way through, that probably increases the likelihood that my subscribers also get that video. I mean, I suppose there's no way of knowing that. It could just be like if I'm getting presented a video by the algorithm, then people who also have an interest in me, as I do, would also get presented that video. The vast majority of my audience thinks of me as funny GTA guy who does funny GTA things and tells them about GTA. And the individual...
And then you've got this new breed of audience like us who only know of you because of that fucking spurg out you went on. And you got to understand
isn't he basically a locale at this point?
Yes, but that's also helping him.
I see.
Was my point.
I don't know how much. I mean, if he embraces the localeness, maybe he'll make something of it. But I mean, I wouldn't want to be a locale.
That's how you stop being a locale. Is how you would just embrace it. Like what I was saying earlier. Whip out a cigar, put your feet up, and go. So what?
So then you think that because Boogie embraces being a locale, he's no longer a locale?
All right, that's a very good point.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, but Okay, no. I'd say with Boogie, he's not so much embracing it. He's just agreeing with whatever the popular thing is. And if the popular thing is that he's a lolcow and he's just agreeing with that, that's different. Boogie's a fence sitter.
I think he knows he's a locale. I think at this point, because there's still things that he does that he's like, oh, that wasn't a locale moment. I'm being serious about this. No, I mean, he does that kind of shit all the time.
Of Matthew Judge is fairly irrelevant. I appreciate the degree to which I have tens of thousands of people who actually care about me and my opinions and my viewpoint and this commentary content that I do on the Ramble channel. But
okay,
we need to always
hold on, pause. No one gives a shit. So what if they agree with you? So what if they disagree with you? It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, none of this. I mean, you're still looking at external things to validate your internal fucking views. And as long as you do that, you will never be satisfied in this life. Period.
As a side note, every time I press pause, it's just another great screen grab for people to grab.
You're right. This one was good, yeah.
Remember that this is the tiniest portion of my overall reach. I could ultimately be revealed tomorrow as a terrible human being who, I don't know, throws puppies against walls, and it probably wouldn't impact my content at all. I'm not even sure that the vast majority of people who watch my GTA content will
Whoa, okay, settle down, Donald Trump. I could walk down the street, shoot somebody, I'd still be loved.
As much as I understand.
See, it's this narcissism that you think that people are waiting on your bated breath to fucking say or do something. And I got news for you. You're not that fucking special. You're just fucking not. I'm sorry. You're not.
And I Bully Bullies in the chat says, what I don't understand is why my tweets in particular bothered him so much. Like, hey, maybe I was wrong with what I even said. But why is it so important to address me in particular? Yeah.
You struck a nerve. You had to have.
And that's why it's my policy to not let them see you bleed. Which is what I've said for years.
Exactly.
If they don't see it, then they don't know that they've bothered you. They'll probably move on. Once again, whip out a cigar. So I'm gonna have to buy some fucking cigars here now because it's gonna happen. And if it's gonna happen during a live stream, and I'm gonna get embarrassed. Probably this one. I don't have any cigars ready, and I'm gonna just have to whip it out. Darkviper, if this ever gets to you, seeing as we're both local boys, I would love for you to come on the show live. Which is the other thing I wanted to do with the show. I wanted to get more in real life people sitting across from a table. Doesn't have to be in this room. Please, not in this room. There's not enough room. But I got enough equipment. I can go. We can do it wherever. Sit down in real life, have a conversation, and videotape it.
Yeah.
Obviously. I put that offer to you, sir. Let's see how committed you are to the bit of responding to people. Are you that committed to the bit that you would sit in real life? I bet Eva right now, of all people, because she's Australian, is probably thinking, oh dear God, sweet Jesus, no. Mitch, what are you doing? Don't put that out there. No.
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm with Eva.
Along with several other people. But I don't care anymore.
Let me bring up as an example. Here's I Bully Bullies saying,
here we go.
not even a minute in and you are already twisting the truth. There are not enough words in the dictionary to express my disappointment. From the VTuber, what did he say that was untrue? Bully's response, he said the video was universally hated when the like to dislike ratio tells a different story. The VTuber response, I rewatched the video to that point. Darkviper said he got a lot of dislikes. This seems to be an accurate representation. Can you point out the time stamp where he says universal hatred? Bully says, you can't be serious right now. VTuber responds, I am serious. You're accusing him of twisting the truth, but you have...
Oh, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Misquoted him. Surely if you have such a high regard for the truth, you should demonstrate that by not twisting his statements. Bully's response is about the way it's presented. Can't you see that? I'm going to assume you're too young to know better and move on from this conversation. Which I say, I said it didn't do well and got a lot of dislikes.
I Bully Bullies was fighting, I'm sorry, I Bully Bullies, no disrespect to you, but to Darkviper is a complete random. A complete random is arguing with another complete random, and Darkviper is like, oh, I'm gonna fucking put a fucking spotlight on that. I'm sure that won't negatively affect me later on.
If you happen to stumble across small YouTube videos that are ostensibly criticisms of me, know that as much as I would like to respond to all of them, I no longer can. There has been some developments.
All right, we're going to hold him to that. Let's see.
Where online dramas have leaked into my personal life, the real world.
If he does respond to this one, which I do doubt he will. But if he does, keep this clip ready.
Know that as much as I would like to respond to all of them, I no longer can.
That will be at the very beginning of the fucking video.
Has been some developments where online dramas have leaked into my personal life, the real world, in a degree that is no longer safe for me to engage with this sort of material anymore.
So I guess that rules out the in real life discussion, Darkviper.
until I cut a page out of it because Spider said it was too long. It was really good.
For a few reasons. One, he doesn't want to respond to that anymore. And two, he feels threatened in his real life.
Crushed a person, but it's like I can't release it anymore because it just...
I just got to let you know, Darkviper, I'm a big teddy bear. I couldn't hurt a fly.
It's fortunate that I'm a country away.
Mickey Vicky says Darkviper's going to take you to court. Do it. I don't care. What's he going to get out of me? I'll just show him my bank balance and he'll be like, you know what? Never mind.
But I
he'd
no longer...
probably donate to you.
Yeah. That's when he'll find his fucking humanity. He'll be like, oh my God. It'll be like when Charles Xavier looked into the mind of Wolverine and saw like all the pain. He's like, oh my God, you poor creature. Let me help. And then he'll be like, let me help you out. All right. Do you want to go grab a slice of pizza? And I'll be like, no! Oh shit.
It's just, as I say, not
It's just traumatized him more.
where something reaches a certain level of notoriety, of attention, before I bother speaking about it. If I were to give an exact number for this threshold, I think like 150,000 views is probably what would be necessary for me to bother with this in the future.
He's got a call-out threshold.
You must have this many views for me to acknowledge you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if this, when I upload this part of the live stream to YouTube, can we get 150,000 views on it, please? 150,000 views on this video. Please get it to 150,000 views. We don't even need that many likes. I don't even care if it gets dislikes. I wish dislikes were still shown on YouTube, because I don't care.
Great.
Eva says he already fucked up by calling out bullies, though. Yeah, did bullies have 150,000 views? No, bullies was arguing with another random, and he called that out in a ramble. Well, you know, guys, I've got to have enough stuff to ramble about on my daily ramble channel. I feel really bad now because that's probably part of that disease that he has with his thyroid issue that's causing him to do that. Where's my cigar?
Possible.
Where's my cigar? I don't have a cigar, so I'm just gonna have to improvise with this pen. I don't
That's
care
so sad.
anymore.
People who try and understand things from my past with the tiny amounts of information that still exist. They are so incredibly ignorant, yet
Tiny
so
amounts
completely
of
unaware. And it is
information
funny
that
to watch.
exists. Dude, you ramble every fucking day on YouTube. You are well documented. What do you mean not enough information exists?
Yeah.
You are so well documented that you document the little fights that go on in your Twitter, and you're saying that not enough information exists. You know that this is all documented, right? So anyway, the only reason I know about this guy existing is not because of the clip of him yelling and screaming in Among Us, but because he responded to it. Had he not responded to it, he wouldn't have come across my radar. Which is why, Darkviper, when things like this happen, you just gotta not care. Although you watch, possibly one day that'll happen to me, and you'll see me just having a complete fucking meltdown on the DMs. I don't know what to do. What do I do? I Believe Bully says, privating this is wise, by the way. He will strike it, take my word.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Because if he does do that, like you said, you've got 7 days to respond, and then you can, if it's a copyright thing, you can appeal, and then they've got 30 days to take you to court, and then if they don't, then it goes away.
Yeah, but then you have to whatchamacallit, you have to give them your private details though to fight the strike, don't you? Don't you have to give like an address and a phone number and shit like that?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. If you're new to the Mickey Mitch show, which you are because this is the first episode, I don't think very far ahead. I don't like to plan things way in advance. I just like to do things one step at a time. Like Frogger. You just take, you probably win at Frogger by looking at the whole road. I just look at the little bit in front. And then you jump. And you go, okay. And then you do the next jump.
Maybe the thought that instant gratification is not the way to go cross your mind?
That's not instant I'm not going for instant gratification.
Okay.
And Rage Monger in the chat says he launched 3 copyright strikes at Chartle at once. I'll just do the one video.
Shit.
If I just do one video, then he can't do more than one.
Yeah.
Can he? Exactly.
It's showtime.